Hey there, and welcome. You know how medical guidelines can sometimes feel, well, a little complicated? Today, we're going to cut right through all that. We're going to turn the science of exercise and diabetes into a simple, powerful plan that you can actually use. This is all about putting you in the driver's seat. Let's dive in. So, are you looking for a really effective way to manage diabetes? I mean, a tool that gives you more control over your own health? Well, today we're focusing on one of the most potent and accessible tools there is: exercise. Okay, so just how powerful are we talking? Let's start with this number: 58%. Yeah, 58. According to a huge landmark study, that's how much you can slash your risk of developing type 2 diabetes just by making lifestyle changes that include regular exercise. That is a massive, life-changing impact. But what if you already have type 2 diabetes? Well, this number might be even more important. It might look small, but it's mighty. This is the average drop in A1C levels, that key measure of your long-term blood sugar control. And here's the really incredible part. This improvement happened without any significant weight loss. It just proves that exercise is working its magic deep down at a cellular level, no matter what the scale says. All right, to make this all super clear, we've broken our journey down into 5 simple parts. We'll start with why exercise is your secret weapon. Then we'll map out a weekly game plan, cover how to start safely, navigate those common health questions, and wrap up with the real keys to your long-term success. So let's jump right in with the why. The benefits of being active aren't just one or two things. It's a total game changer for your entire body. This is exactly why we call it a secret weapon. It doesn't just do one thing. It attacks the problem from every possible angle. Exercise directly improves your blood glucose control and makes your body more sensitive to insulin, but it also cuts your heart disease risk, builds strength, helps with weight, and you know what? It just makes you feel better. The big takeaway here is that you get the most bang for your buck by combining both cardio and strength training. Okay, the why is great, but what does this actually look like day to day? Let's build a simple weekly game plan. And remember, the goal here is not perfection, it's all about consistency. Here it is, the core recommendation, broken down side by side. For aerobic exercise or cardio, you're aiming for at least 150 minutes a week spread over at least 3 days. Think things like a brisk walk, a bike ride, or swimming. Then for resistance or strength training, shoot for 2 to 3 days a week. Just make sure they're not back to back, and work all your major muscle groups. You've probably heard this term moderate intensity 1,000 times, but what does it actually feel like? This is a brilliantly simple way to think about it. If sitting on the couch is a 0 and you're sprinting as fast as you can at a 10, you want to be somewhere in the middle, around a 5 or a 6. The easiest test? You should be able to talk, but you probably couldn't sing a song. It's really that simple. Now that we've got a plan, let's talk about maybe the most important part: getting started the right way. Building a routine is really about building confidence, and that always begins with safety. Just think of this as your pre-flight checklist. First, and this is non-negotiable, get the green light from your doctor. Second, talk with them about any other health conditions you have that might mean you need to adjust certain exercises. And finally, that third one, I highly recommend it. Working with a qualified trainer, especially when you're just starting with strength training, is one of the best ways to learn proper form and avoid getting hurt. If you remember just one thing about getting started, let it be this simple phrase: start low and go slow. This is not a race. Giving your body time to adapt gradually is the absolute key to minimizing your risk of injury, and just as important, it's what helps you stick with it for the long haul. So, what does go slow actually look like with strength training? Well, this is the perfect 4-step guide. Step 1, just master the reps. Focus only on good form. Step 2, once that feels easy, then you can think about increasing the weight a little. Step 3, after that, you can work on adding more sets. And only way at the end, as step 4, should you consider adding more workout days. Follow these steps in order and you will get stronger, safely. Starting a new exercise routine can bring up a lot of what-if questions, right? Especially when you're managing diabetes. So let's just tackle the most common ones head on. This is usually the number one concern, and for very good reason. It's so important to understand how exercise might affect your blood sugar. Here's the key thing to know. The risk is highest for people who take insulin or certain other medications that help the body produce more insulin. For those individuals, the guideline is clear. If your glucose is below 5.6 millimoles per liter, that's about 100 milligrams per deciliter in the US, have a small carb snack before you start. For most other people with type 2 diabetes, the risk of hypoglycemia from exercise is actually very low. Okay, what about the other side of the coin? Is it safe to be active if your blood sugar is already on the high side? For most people with type 2 diabetes, the answer is a pretty reassuring yes. Now, this is a key difference from type 1 diabetes, where the rules can be a bit more complex. The main guideline here is to listen to your body. As long as you feel well, you're staying hydrated, and you don't have ketones, it's generally safe to go ahead with your workout. Now, if you happen to be managing some long-term complications, a few specific tweaks are really important. For retinopathy, you'll want to avoid super vigorous, high-impact exercise to protect your eyes. For peripheral neuropathy, foot care is everything. Check your feet daily, and if you have a foot injury or a sore, stick to non-weight-bearing things like swimming or cycling. And for autonomic neuropathy, it's absolutely essential to get your doctor's official approval before you start anything intense. Okay, we've covered the why, the what, and the how. Let's finish up by focusing on the simple habits that will help you turn this whole plan into a lasting part of your life. These 3 habits right here are your keys to the kingdom. 1. Monitor your glucose before and after. This isn't just about collecting data, it's about learning the unique language of your own body. 2. Keep a simple log. This helps turn that data into patterns so you can see what works best for you over time. And 3. Find a partner. An exercise buddy is amazing for accountability, and it adds a great layer of safety when you're just getting started. I want to leave you with this fantastic, empowering quote from the source material itself. It's such a powerful reminder not to get paralyzed trying to find the one perfect exercise. The best routine is the one you actually enjoy and will do consistently. Brisk walking, dancing, swimming. If it uses large muscles and gets your heart rate up, it is working for you. So that brings us to the end. The information is all here, the plan is clear, and the power is truly in your hands. The only question left is, what will your first step be?